right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks once again for joining me. I'm your host, Derek Lane, on another edition of the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. Thanks for being here. Hey, listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about pride. And pride in yourself, pride in your appearance, pride in your esteem. Just taking a little bit of time to appreciate who you are, what your potentiality is, and all of the things that you're working on. If you're not taking pride in who you are and the things, then you're not really serious about who you are and where you're going. So draw attention to the grooming habits of yourself. You know, making sure that your hair is not shaggy, you have a nice cut. Doesn't matter if it's short, long, or whatever. Just make sure that it's very kempt. Make sure that your clothes and your attire are very, what should I say? Again, very kempt, very well taken care of. You know, I go to places and I see people walking in and around in sweatpants. You know, when did this become okay? When did this become a normal? Well, for the people that take pride in themselves, I don't think it is. For the people that take pride in themselves, you know, I, for one, would never be caught dead out in sweatpants in public unless it's in a gym. That's the only place that I deem that it's acceptable. Just because it's comfortable doesn't mean it's acceptable. And I, quite frankly, don't want to see other people dressed so shabbily. So take pride in not just your appearance and your attire, but take pride in your your posture. Take pride in your vocabulary. Take pride in your speech. Take pride in your knowledge. Take pride in your communication. Not just verbal communication, but also in your nonverbal communication. The way that you conduct yourself. It's very important. There's a lot of books and tapes out there on the subject. I would encourage you to listen and pay heed to the experts. Getting ahead in life doesn't mean you're following the followers. Just because you see someone wearing sweatpants into a shopping mart doesn't mean it's okay for you to do the same thing. So make sure that you are the person that is understanding who you are and understanding your road to success and your path to success. So I'm not gonna go much further into that. I do want you to understand that individuality is important. Keeping an open mind is important, but also knowing your boundaries. See, your mind understands success in certain ways. So when you don't care about your appearance, then you don't care about your success. When you don't care what other people think about you, you don't care about what you think about you. So make sure that you take the utmost importance of taking care of yourself and your appearance and moving toward the success that you so richly deserve. So evaluating who you are and what you need to do for yourself, such as a healthy diet, the exercise, the place where you are allowed to wear sweatpants. So taking care of yourself is another element of success. Making sure that you have a proper diet is assisting you on your journey to success. And it's a lot of habit. It's a lot of routine, but It starts with the steps going toward that success pattern. And again, it is a pattern. So you do yourself justice by evaluating where you are, where you want to be, the person that you want to be, as opposed to the person that you are now. Now, don't beat yourself up. Don't think it's impossible. It is possible. It's just that you have to measure yourself. You have to measure where you are, where you want to be, the steps that it takes between here and there. Again, make sure that your vocabulary is on cue, it's on target, that you're reading, you're listening, you're paying attention, you're enunciating. All of these little things make a difference. Make sure that internally that you're giving your self-worth the credit that it deserves. Make sure that you're internally giving value where value is credited. So oftentimes, so many people have a tendency to, they kind of pick on themselves. It's easy to do. It's easy to say, I wish I was better. I wish I was that. I wish it was this. And you start to let those negatives in. Be the person that appreciates who you are. And you don't have to be cocky or arrogant to do it. You just appreciate the good things that you do. And that's why, again, you know me, I'm a proponent of writing things down with a pen and paper. You can always satisfy any debate with pen and paper, whether it's with another person or it's internal within yourself. You can write it down. Write everything down that matters to you. Your hopes, plans, dreams, goals, ideas. Write it all down. It matters. So when you start to give credence to your ideas, your dreams, you're one step closer to having those dreams come to fruition. So once you start to see the fruits of your labor blossom, then you will start to understand why people are seeking your advice. People call you and ask you, what would you do? What do you think? And that is from all of the mentoring that you've accepted to the mentoring that you're responsible for. Take that leadership role and own it. It's good. It's positive. Being a leader only enhances and embellishes the ideas and thoughts and creativity that you have that propel you in your success path, and others as well. Don't ever forget that you have a responsibility to a degree of others' responsibility. You're not solely responsible for it. Just that you offered your help. Your responsibility is to yourself. You're 100% responsible to yourself for your career, for your goals, for your path. And you need to understand that wholeheartedly. No one is going to make it for you. You have to make it for yourself. And you can do it. If it's ever been done, you can do it. Hell, if it's never been done, you can still do it. You can do whatever you plan to do if you have the proper plan, if you plant the proper seed. It's within your grasp. If you can dream it, you can live it. Just remember, you do the little things. And this lesson is about the pride within you, taking pride, and not being too proud to accept recommendations, advice, whatever the case may be, but being proud of who you are. I mean, you are who you are. You've developed your persona to this point. You've developed who you are. Your thinking has amassed a ton of neural pathways in your brain that keep reliving and replaying some of the same segments over and over again. But that's okay. I don't mean that it's a bad thing. I just mean that you need to be aware of what they are. Because if they need to be tweaked, it's your job to tweak them. So moving on and moving forward. Also work on the nuances of the facets of your life. Because challenges will come into your life. They're going to. And those challenges are presented as obstacles in your path. But you can get around those obstacles and go over those obstacles by meeting those challenges, by defeating those silly things that seem large, but in reality, they're usually not that large. Again, I go back to, my mantra, pen and paper. Writing things down will always give you the advantage of understanding with a clear head how to defeat, bad habits, defeat the obstacles that present the challenges. So, with that, I encourage you to move forward, dream big, be big, understand your greatness, understand the things that you do well. We all do things well. We all have things that we need to work on. And that's life. Okay? There's no reason to put life on hold while you work on things. Just live life. Work on things while you live life. Have fun. Be in the moment. Never forget to smile. This moment that you have right now is now. It's gone. It's gone, and don't waste it. So anyway, having said that, planning for the future, living in the now, you understand the difference. I am your host, Derek Lane. This is the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. I really appreciate that you've joined me and that you've shared this podcast with family and friends and just people that can get benefit from it, and appreciate the message. I can be heard on all of the podcast outlets. Whatever your podcast outlet is, I'm there. I promise I'm there. Like and share, leave positive reviews. I don't deal with negative reviews. If you don't like it, just move on. So, Derek at FastLanePodcast.com is the email that you can send me messages. Once again, for the folks that have sent me messages, thank you so much. And I hope that I've answered them satisfactorily. Derek at FastLanePodcast.com. I want you to have a wonderful, exciting work week or week. It doesn't have to be work if you enjoy it. Just have a great experience and live in the now. And thanks for listening once again. I appreciate it.